All right, people. I'm pretty much at the final stage of this transom mount bracket that I'm building. So I found a scrap piece of metal right here. Look how rusty it is. I cut it down. I cut it off. You see? Cut it off. So it's about 2 inch. About 2 inch by 3 inch by 6 inch. It's about 1/32 thick. So I didn't want to get anything thinner than this because when you start clamping down that transom mount, it might crush it. So this is sturdy enough, I believe. I'm going to give a shot at it, but it's heavy, but it's good. It should work. So here's the whole concept, right? I'm going to weld it on here. As you can see, this is my base plate that I've bent to that perfect angle that I needed it. Okay, that was very, very important. That's done. So these 4 mounting holes right here will bolt onto these one on countersunk from the back side, the bottom side. It's going to bolt onto this plate right here. You see? So this plate is going to be onto my VersaTrack with the stopper on the bottom. This is the turntable that's going to do the trick. So I'm going to weld this piece onto the entire unit. So the whole concept is this is going to bolt onto this. You see? There you go. Here, let me show you at a different angle, right? But basically, I had to cut down some material right here, so because I want this to sit flush up against this area right here. So there you go. Clamp it. I know this part of the project, most of you are like probably fast forwarding it because you just want to see the end result. But to tell you the truth, these are the parts that's important because these are the parts where it has the vital information for you to replicate this kind of job if you really want to. So now have another one on the other side. But this helmet is crazy, man. I can't get it to you. I'm gonna have to hit restart. There we go. Okay. Hopefully this thing goes blinded because the adjustment on these helmet when you doing it out here is different. So. Oh, much better. Yeah, put some oils in there. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I just want to mock it up, so I'm not really welding it on right now. Just mocking it up in case I have changed my mind. All right, everyone, this is the moment of truth. I got everything put together. Not painted yet, but just to let you know, I also added another piece because I was going to run a washer between this entire unit and in between my VersaTrack. So instead, I cut up whatever extra aluminum piece I had here. I cut a piece like this, and this helps me bolt this on when it's all lined up because I matched these 3 holes to these 3 holes right here. You see? So it's going to make me, it's going to help me with the install. It's going to be easier. I'm going to run some fabric felt on the inside of this spacer, whatever you want to call it. That way I can slide it without scratching up my boat. Okay, so this is a moment of truth. We're going to try to install it and see what it looks like. Can't wait. Okay, finally mounted. It's perfect. It's exactly how I envisioned it. So these are all tightened down already, and I got the bumper in the bottom, you know, resting onto here. And my leveling gauge is roughly still the same where it's at. You know, it's a little bit on the high side, on the right side, but it's okay. That's where I want it. I think that's good enough. So as you can see, this turntable is bolted down to my base plate. This square piece is welded onto my turntable. So I'm going to show you what's going to happen when you put the clamp on, okay? The transom clamp. Finally, the end result. Here you go. It's perfect. I mean, it's beefier and bulkier than I wish it was not, but this is not a cosmetic thing. You know, it's more of a function over form. You know, it doesn't look as nice as I would, but it's beefy as hell though. It's tight and it's rigid. Okay, so here's the function of it. Right, I'm gonna let's just pretend my pole is in here right now. It's in the water. Okay, this is horizontal to the water surface. Okay, so I want to deploy. I can deploy my rod up, lock it in place, pull this lever right here. See that? And then swing this over. It's locked. See that? I like this. All right. Let's take everything apart, finish up the weld, and start painting these pieces. So for the pole, for the handle, for the system right here, I decided to go with PVC because it's cheap and it's lightweight. I don't need to add any more weight to the system than I already have. So this pole right here is that I'm using is from Minn Kota. It's a trolling motor pole. It's 54 inches long and it's about 1 inch OD. I can't find a fitting at Home Depot or anywhere like PVC fitting that will fit over this 1 inch OD pole. So I end up getting this fitting right here, which is a slip 3/4, threaded 3/4, using this tool right here with this bit. This bit is to cut aluminum material. I was able to manually, by hand, open it up slowly to get it to slip fit pretty tight into this pole. Okay, it's a good fitment right there. If I really need to, I can just drop a screw right there and it's not going anywhere. And then on this side, I got a T, 3/4 T slip, 3/4 threaded on this end. So I can thread onto this one. Okay, and on each end, I got a slip that goes from 3/4 to 1/2 inch, cutting up a 7-inch pipe right here. This is a 1/2 inch pipe, slips it into this. Got an end plug, which is 1/2 inch for this 1/2 inch pipe. Cut about 3 inch on this side for the handle, and then another plug on this side. Okay, so this whole unit right here is what I'm going to be using. This is where the handle, I'm going to rotate. This is the pointer. So I'm going to paint all this gray, the same gray that I'm using on all the other components, but leaving this cap white. And then this just goes on just like that. Okay, there's the handle. And this is the pointer. Show you when everything's painted. So I'm getting ready to put this whole mounting system together. So this transom mount is going to go onto this unit right here. But before I do that, I'm going to heat it up real quick and put some sandpaper on each side. That way I get a better grip and it won't damage any of the paint. So I just bought this adhesive sandpaper, 220 grits, very fine. You don't want to get anything rough. Fine, like this is fine. I got it at Lowe's and I'm going to apply it on right now. So you want to heat it up, the surface area. Heat it up slightly just so the adhesive can adhere a little better. I actually clean it off with some alcohol, just a little light alcohol to get all the oil surfaces off. Okay, about right. Peel this off. So just like this. Right around there. Look at that. Okay, that's one side. So I'll get the other side and I'll start assembly. Okay, here's the tape. It's on both sides, nice and warm. It's on there really good. Ain't going nowhere. So next piece, I got this little felt right here. Okay, I'm gonna glue it on there. Drill 3 holes. So this is the unit that's gonna go into my 3 bolts from my VersaTrack, and it's gonna act as a slider. And with this little cushion, it doesn't scratch up the boat or run really rough. So it'd be a smooth glide. You'll see it when it's done. Same thing, just heat it up until it slides. Good enough. Heat, right here, right there. Okay, see, little felt piece on the backside. Act as a slide. I'm gonna drill the hole right now. Right, the slider is on. Drill 3 holes, see, in the back. So I want to keep this surface area clean. I don't want to pick up any metal. There you go. Okay, next thing we're going to do is, this is my base plate, the angle plate. Now this is going to go right on top of it. These 3 holes and countersunk in the back, 4 holes, just like that. So basically the mount is upside down. This is the bottom side. I got M8, about 1 inch long. I think it's 20 millimeter. So it's just a countersunk bolt. Stainless steel washer, and of course the nylon nut, 13 millimeter size. I put all 3 in there already. This is the last one. I'm going to run it from the back side right here. Okay, let's use this center it somewhat. Yeah. Okay, finish. There you go. You see that guy? So this is going to mount onto my VersaTrack right here, the remounting bolt, with a slider sitting on the back side. Okay, show you when it's on the boat. Okay, this is what the whole finished product looks like. The transit mount on top of my mount, and I just need to bolt it onto the boat. I just pull the lever back here, I'm gonna swing it, I can deploy it. There you go. So right before I decided I was going to mount this unit onto the boat. I decided to run another sticker on the top side, so it just kind of looked more uniform. I guess more for cosmetic purposes. So there, looks nice, just like that. All right, just recap what I did with my electrical. I didn't show any video what I did because it's just so much work in electrical that involves so much time that I couldn't record it. So I'm just going to record the finished product just to show you my layout. So here I have my onboard alternator that charges my my trolling motor, and that wire runs in this panel and it goes all the way back there to the battery. And also this is the onboard charger that's hooked up to my trolling motor and my cranking battery to charge at home when I'm done. And here is my AT2. So everything is coming in through these 3 holes back there that I have drilled out with grommets. So this is my live sonar. It's hooked up. So I tested it already. Everything works. I got good voltage, 13.29 at the battery right now. So all these 3 units right here all runs through this panel. Okay, all the power. And then also my front unit, the T2 12-inch Lowrance, also has power, dedicated power by itself. So I got 2 dedicated power from the AT2 and this Lowrance running into this whole cabinet right here. So let me show you. So all these are all power wire. I kept all the power wire together. I don't know if you can see that. Right here, you see? They're all separated, covered up. So here, coming back here, now here, see? This is my 3-in-1 for my HDS in the front. This is a power cable for my, I labeled it, let me see, for my T2. There's a power cable for my AT2. Okay, inline fuse, 7.5 amp. I use C-Clear electrical cable, and they're all, I think, 10 gauge. Yeah, 10 gauge. And this one, this cable right here, is my fuse block in the front. Okay, here's the fuse. Oh no, actually this one is the alternator and the charger together. They go straight onto the battery. Okay, and then this cable right here is, I put 2 bus bar, power, ground. So this cable right here, of course, is for my fuse box up in the front, controlling all the accessories. And here's the pergo switch that I went with. Even though I only have 1 battery, I went with the 2 battery option because I might change my mind later and add another battery down here. So this cable right here coming from this battery, okay, when you turn it on, it feeds power to my main outboard and my kicker, and also this wire right here. It loops, it feeds this bus bar, it gives power to this bus bar. That's about it. So pretty simple electrical hookup, nothing fancy. Trying to clean it up as much as I can. And then these are the 3 cables that's coming out for my HDS 12 Live right here. Okay, so this is where a lot of work was involved. Is I had to take the sheet metal, which is sitting right here, the sheet metal that's on top of this tank. I took that off so I have access to run all the wire. Also took my floorboard off right here, so my live scope's going to sit in that corner. I'm going to run the wire all the way through, and it's going to come back to this corner right here where the AT2 unit sits. That's about it. There you go. So I'm at the final stage of this build. All the wiring are done. The only one last wiring that I need to run is the live scope one. It's going to run from, since the live scope's going to sit in this area right here, I already fished this little cable through underneath the sheet metal. So once I get the panel and the wire, I'm going to tape it and then fish it right through it. But meanwhile, because I had to tuck all these wire inside, I had to remove the sheet metal, which has like 50 rivets. Luckily, I know how to deal with rivets. So now all I'm doing is riveting it back together. So the reason why I had to take this panel off is because I had to cut the sleeve that's underneath this post right here. This is a jet ski post. there wasn't enough clearance for my wire to sit down there, so I had to remove this whole unit just to cut that off. And then I had to bore out this hole. It was too small to run all 3 wires, so I had to move this panel out regardless. So I removed it. Now I'm reinstalling it with rivets. So I'm using, where's my rivet gun? Rivet at? Okay, I'm using this one right here. This is a 3/16 rivet diameter, 1/4 inch long. You know, I have a rivet gun, so right now I'm riveting it back together right now. With the air rivet gun, pneumatic, it just makes life so much easier and less energy required, because if I had to do this by hand, good Lord, I'd be out of energy by now. But anyways, you get the idea. I'm going to rivet everything and I'll show you the next step. All right, everyone. My live scope is all done. This is what it looks like. Here's the mount. Here's my 3 knob, stainless steel, locked up. This is the plate I was talking about. I have some felt material behind it that allows me to slide through this VersaTrack without damaging anything. You can see the bumper stop right there. See that? So this little lever pulls it, allows it to swing out. This lever will deploy it into the water, just like that. I have it on scout mode right now because we're planning to do some bluegill fishing this coming Memorial Day weekend. So that's what it looks like. I got the wire all coiled up right there, so it allows me to turn as much as I can. So here's the pointer. Here's my leveler. Right now it's off because it's on the bunk, but once it's in the water, it should be center. The cable drops into here, as I showed in my other video. And here's the unit. Loosen this. I can pivot this way. I can pivot it that way. Very versatile. Here's the cable side. I strap it down, but it goes down in this board. That's it. This coming weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and going to be taking some friends out. And of course, I'm going to be playing with this while they're fishing. So there you go. Catch you all out in the water.